Such high hopes, it ended on such a low end. And now here in 2023, they've had some opportunities against some ranked opponents. This is the second ranked opponent for the Michigan Wolverines. They dropped the opener against #1 ranked UVA. And now they're here, have another chance against the ranked Delaware Blue Hens as we head to the center circle. And we are underway. And Hockenberry for the Blue Hens wins it on the face-off, and the Blue Hens go to work to begin.
Yeah, Roland Hockenberry, he's been great this year. He was, career backup, and probably would have been the backup this year if Logan Premtage didn't go down.
Face-off, this was your specialty, Spencer.
Yeah, a long time ago. I was Coach Hervati's the volunteer assistant at Delaware this year. I was his backup back in the day. So I know a thing or two about facing off, but yeah, it was rules were a little bit different back in my day too. It was need to.
Well, as we head back to the center circle, Rowlett again will get the opportunity against Hockenberry. And scooping up from the backside for Michigan was Mulholland.
Yeah, tough to face off when you're a man down. You have that extra wing. You can throw it right behind you.
Can go at it with the best of them. And again, 2 for 2 is Wietfeldt. In 4 of the 5 games he's played in 4 powers. And this time, Hockenberry bests the likes of Wietfeldt. He's got to hang on to possession here. He's taking a few hacks. And a timeout from the Blue Hens head coach Ben DeLuca, knowing this possession is a big one. And Ty Kurtz looked like he took a couple of whacks to the jaw as well. As the Wolverines take the face-off post goal as we are tied at 3. As
sometimes you have to.
Goal number 103 in Zawada's career with the Wolverines. As the Blue Hens unable to get control of the face-off. Wolverines have it, but that'll end the quarter. Kilcarry makes the final catch in his nets, and it ends 4-3. Would think on paper with an 18-8 scoreline. It was just a goalie standing on his head for Michigan. And Shane Carr, 20 saves for the then sophomore. Off the face-off. Battle for it in the midfield. And Michigan's going to come away with it to begin the half, or begin the quarter, I should say, but they give it right back.
Yeah, that's a little catch and shoot immediately, put it in a spot where the goalie can't get it.
Wietfeldt back in the center circle, and he'll win the draw there. Early shot coming in the offensive zone, and it goes high. There again is the Michigan transition offense. They like to work quickly, and they almost snuck one through. Dick and score.
Yeah, had him dead to rights, and that's such a juice goal. You saw the way the Delaware bench and the crowd reacted to that one. That's just a goal that, one of those plays that builds momentum for your team. From the Michigan defense on the J.P. Ward goal.
So no man-up opportunity. A false start, though, against Michigan. That's a Wietfeldt. A little too amped up, trying to win the face-off. Today, he's got 4 points. He's now up to 20 goals. And we are in game number 5. Really 4.5 as we are about 5 minutes to go before the end of this first half. And the Blue Hens win another face-off. Hockenberry had mentioned a back in this first half. As Accioni is celebrated on the sidelines with his teammates. The sun has come out for the first time this afternoon. As the Wolverines go to work on the face-off. They call them face-off get-offs, and Rowlett will score.
Michigan really needed that one. That's tough. Sometimes if a face-off guy in particular doesn't prove that he's much of a scoring threat, I believe that's Rowlett's first goal of the year. You're not as likely to slide to him, and he just takes advantage of it, gets right into the paint. How do you play by Rowlett that he's able to get a shot off there?
And Rowlett, a first-team All-Big Ten selection 2 years ago, won 55% of his face-off last year. And that's a false start against Michigan as the Blue Hens take advantage and take over possession with 2-4.
Out to a big lead in the second. They gave up 2 late goals in the second quarter, so you got to wipe that from your memory. Worry about the next play. You want to win the last 2 minutes of the half. Unfortunately, they didn't. They got to make up for it here.
And off the face-off, a win by Hockenberry. That'll surely give him a little momentum and a little juice for the Blue Hens to start this second half. So we head back to the face-off, 6th goal of the season for Aiden Mulholland. Zawada with his 9th assist of the year. Hockenberry with a win in the face-off, but gives it up. A bad turnover. And now Michigan has an opportunity to tie things up. And they have all the momentum on their side.
Yeah, face-off stats, they're tracked by, who picks up.
He was low enough, but that ball really was just skimming along the top of the turf. And a win for the face-off man for the Wolverines, Rowlett. Now here come the Wolverines time. And that's a tough angle to beat a goalie for. But Michigan does so, and they are on top 10-9. And the Blue Hens win the face-off. Now here is the 2C side right now. It comes to the near side. And a long stick had it initially for the Wolverines, and now it's picked up by the face-off man, Rowlett.
Middle of the field, he's the most dangerous. We got to start sliding to him.
So sitting in the sin bin is Kevin McCormick, as he will sit for a full minute. So Michigan, another man-up opportunity on top 12-9, and have outscored the Blue Hens 6-0 in this quarter.
Him put his stick up and show that he's right there, but you got to take care of that guy in the far pipe, especially when you're in that kind of defense, that zone defense where you're sloughing off a little bit. You need to be aware of those guys that are near the pipes.
Owen Grant's down after taking a shot. Whistle and a foul call coming against the Wolverines.
Coach DeLuca's not happy about that one. Went high on Owen Grant.
And it looks like it was the face-off man, Justin Wietfeldt.
If Delaware had an opportunity, it's right now. If I just saw the official correctly, he gave him 2 minutes locked in. So Delaware not only has a chance to score.
Big opportunity for the Blue Hens to get some momentum. He really hikes it backwards. And scooped up by Sider. And so now the Blue Hens, with 20 seconds left, they could potentially go for an opportunity here.
No, Ty just put the brakes on it. They know that.
Of Josh Zawada, that is a recipe for disaster defensively. Win off the face-off for the Wolverines as well.
The Hens had a lot of success going low on Hunter Taylor. And it looks like Shane Carr's dropping low, kind of guessing like it's going to go low. And you see that the high bouncer from JP Ward right there worked out phenomenally. So I would say, different goalies play different games. Just because, going low to low or high to low on Hunter Taylor was working, you got to, find out.
Graduate student out of Grand Rapids.
Harrison Ewing was pretty much on him, took his eyes off Clay for just a half a second to look at the ball. And in that time, Clay has a, huge IQ play, just stepping off and creating a little bit of space to catch and shoot.
That ball ricochets towards the Blue Hens side of things. Picked up by the long stick Lynch. As he gets it across midfield, he'll flip it over to Sider. Now the Blue Hens trailing by 4 with 7 minutes left. Still time for them to work with. But it feels like it's almost spots. 6:53 left. And an infraction against the Blue Hens and Hockenberry. Michigan perhaps working quick. Long stick shot. He's got 5. Rather, check that third goal. He's got a hat trick. He's got 6 points today to lead this Michigan offense.
Big ground ball by Roland Hockenberry there.